Okay, hi everyone. This is our second Discord Outcasts stream that we're going to attempt. It's just me and Mark tonight. No Jackie. I think he's got some problems that we probably don't want to go into detail on. So I think we're just going to do this fairly casual, unscripted, Mark, and have a look at the charts and see if there's any questions. I haven't looked at the charts really all day. I've been
Me either.
I've been working, so it might be good for both of us. I'm suspecting there was some kind of good economic news. Looking at some of the green figures on my P&L.
Yeah, look, SPY is up 1%. That's interesting.
Yeah. That was a nice mug you had there, by the way.
Oh yeah.
and a nice shirt as well.
Oh yeah. No, I'm fully decked out. I'm just missing the pen, which is somewhere. I left it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm glad you got it in the end.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess. Do you want to look at Bitcoin first? Do you want me to look at Bitcoin? Do you want me to look at something else, or should I just go?
Yeah, let's
a bit of an overview.
Yeah, let's do Bitcoin and then maybe have a look at see what SPY's doing.
All right. So I haven't looked at the charts too much today because I was just waiting, to be honest, because we've been trapped below Bitcoin has been trapped below the 4-hour 21 on CME. For a while now, and it's kind of made like a bit of a sandwich between this support level at 19.3-ish, 19.4-ish area. That's some CME numbers, and the 4-hour 21, which is over here. So, to be honest, the first couple of taps were good shorts, and the first couple of taps at the bottom were good longs. After that, you kind of lose your risk to reward ratio, and you don't really get that much of a good trade in. So at this point, I was just waiting.
Yeah, I saw you posting some wise words yesterday when we were down at those lows there. That was a reasonable long. So yeah, and it's popped up above the 21. So some good advice there.
Yeah, so Ali asked if it was a good long to have a 19.5 long, and on spot 19.5 was kind of the bottom of that little range, and that's perfect. That was a perfect long, and you take it at your own risk. It's support, so you shouldn't be scared of taking a long here. It's pretty easy to manage. In this case. A first target, as I think I mentioned in Discord, will be the 1-hour 21, which was around here, 19.7, 19.8-ish. 4-hour 21 would be a nice second target, which was 20,000 even, 20,050. And then the last target, I would go for the 55, top of this wick, 20,600. That would be a stellar trade, to be honest. You could leave like 10% running to see if you get it any more, but at that point you're just getting greedy. This is a nice 618 area, I think.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that 618 is at that breakdown level from memory.
So you have a lot of resistance here. You have this horizontal, you have the 618, you have the 4-hour 55, should align with the 12-hour 12-hour 21. All this area, any more than that from a bounce from here is just greed. So those 3 targets I think were the most relevant, and you could get more, but at that point you're just getting greedy and lucky.
Yeah. How does the volume look on that little area? I had a feeling from memory that there was a
volume profile.
There was a nice node in that 618 as well. I might be wrong, but
do you want me to pull in the whole range?
Yeah, maybe look at both. That's quite a nice.
Okay, let's see. Let's do it from here.
Yeah.
Look, yeah. So even more, it has a lot of resistance to really jump through.
Yeah. But there is a little node there at the 618 as well. So yeah.
Yeah, this area here. Yeah, I think I have a specific template for this. Let me see. It is I think horizontal line and then node. So if I put it like this,
yeah.
Aha,
nice.
It's dotted. Yeah. So that is the area. That is well, actually also lines up with this kind of horizontal here. The one I had over here. If I can actually select them. Hold on, let's move this one down for a second and extend this one. Yeah, it's just a horizontal here. A 12R, which is pretty good for support. Now it probably turns into resistance. So asking for Bitcoin to go any further than this is probably just asking too much. It can happen, and I'm on the record here, so I'd rather say it can happen, but it's asking a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely a good place to be taking some off the table there. I mean, it is kind of one big range, but the whole idea of ranges is making sure you lock in something kind of halfway up. If you try and play them for the full, back to the top, you're probably not going to do too well relying on that every time. So yeah, it's a nice area. And just on the bottom there, you mentioned it earlier, which was good, that that bounced off that little support box like the third time, and this is something we've explained to people before. Of don't think of this thing where the more times it touched, the more likely it is to break. If you've played it a couple of times and made money, you play it until it doesn't work. That was a good example of that blue box.
I don't agree with it gets stronger or it gets weaker. I just think it works until it doesn't. I agree with you. It is what it is, and you just play it, and at some point it will break or it won't. That's the thing. By that point, you've made enough money that you don't care if it breaks up or it breaks down. As long as you have good risk management overall, if you do end up with a loss, you get stopped out. You've probably taken at least two or three trades with more than 2 to 1 risk to reward. So probably made 4 times the loss at least. So it adds up, and you should make money anyway. If it's the last time, if it's on the last turn, if you take the last kind of bounce and it doesn't work, well, you lost money. It's whatever. You move on to the next trade.
Yeah, exactly, and that's as we in the range trading video we uploaded a couple of weeks ago. That was the same kind of principle in there, that you've made all your money playing the previous bounces. It will fail at some point, but
you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent in this kind of strategies of trading ranges. You have to actually trade them, because if you don't trade them and you take the last time it actually bounces or it doesn't bounce, then it's not going to work out. You have to keep on taking them. I did mention at some point. I did mention at some point that we losing, I think it was in the weekly update, that losing this range that we broke above then broke below would take us down to the bottom of this range. We haven't gone there yet, so do we trust CME or do we trust spot in this case? I'm not 100% sure, but the bearishness is implied here, given that we broke back into this range. Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No problem. I just realised you were on the CME chart previously. I missed that, because what I thought you were going to mention. I know you're one of your favourites, the 12-hour 21. That's that was coming in at that kind of take profit region we mentioned on CME, but it's lower down on spot, isn't it? I think.
Correct. Yeah, I've really liked CME in the past few days. It's not that I don't like it before that. It's just that every now and then they take turns. Spot and CME they take turns and kind of leading the market, or at least being clear about the market. The 4-hour 21 has been spectacular on CME, so that's why I give it so much attention.
Yeah.
It had a couple closes above, but no continuation, and it's been guiding it down all this time. So I've been
so we've got the first sort of signs of a low time frame change of behaviour there. So I think it'd be interesting. Obviously, it's Friday, so we're not going to get really too much information over the weekend. But it's going to be interesting to see how that leads into next week, and also whether the bounce that we're seeing on the main stock markets is going to be one of these fade events, and it lines up with Bitcoin losing that 21k region and carrying on the downtrend. So that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, SPY is kind of fading a little bit there. It was at 1%, now it's only at 0.6. So let's see. I mean, how long has it been live? A couple hours now? A few hours? Huh.
Yeah, a few hours. Yeah, it's pulled back a fair bit.
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
If we go on,
go ahead.
Do you want to cover some other bits on Bitcoin, and then I can
maybe
put the SPY chart up.
On Bitcoin, I mean, I kind of explained most of it. I will cover more on the weekly update when the actual market closes. But I think as long as this is support, it'll be support. as long as it's left alone and it doesn't break, it will be support. It will bounce. How big does that bounce get? That time will tell. If we get above this 21.7 and get a daily close above there on CME, I'll be happy to be looking for a higher low after that. On spot, does it line up? 21.6, daily close above the 21 exponential, the 21 EMA. Both of those could start to be signs of a bit of a bounce, maybe a bit of just a higher low on the weekly from here, because it's not making lower lows just yet. Could just be a higher low than this one, and just a bit of a recuperation here, a bit of a bounce, bit of a relief rally around here. But again, 21.6, 21.7 is at least that. So it's baby steps after that. But at that level, I want to see it break first before I say any more bullishness. For now, it's looking bearish.
Yeah. It's been a funny few weeks when you look at the weekly. The actual price range has been, it's not much movement overall, and it hasn't been that kind of easy trading. I don't think. When you look at Ethereum, there's been some bigger movements and more. It's a little bit more on the lower time frames. But Bitcoin's. I get the feeling people are finding Bitcoin a bit tough and a bit boring at the moment.
Oh yeah, ETH is actually at the daily 21. I did not see that. Wow, how did I miss that? So let's see if it closes above the daily 21. If it does, it might give. Oh, and the silver cross. This is still maintaining above it, the 21. Wow. Okay. So it might not be that bearish after all. We still have to see at least this 1700 level kind of broken or closed above before we see anything.
Just do the fib pull from that swing high low there.
To see the 618.
I think it's like it might have popped above.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah.
The 618 was lining up with the daily 21.
Yeah.
So
and the volume pull on that sort of visible range there, just out of interest.
Let me see.
I should know this, but I'm detached from the charts today.
Let's see this area at least.
The whole back to.
Let's do it. Let's do it back. Let's do it properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a node here, which is where we were saying it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
There's a node here. It's just one big cluster here, to be honest. And then after that,
it'd be nice to see it if it got it above that the start of the fib pull where your 1 is, the 1724. That might look a bit more positive then, but it's kind of could be lower high territory there if not.
It's still we went from making higher lows to now making a lower low here than this and a lower high here. a lower low, and this is lower high watch. If it closes above, then we can start looking for higher lows after that. And then again, it's what I was saying on Bitcoin. And on the weekly, it probably looks better. Yeah, it could just be a higher low on the weekly. Even though this is before you make an actual, like a technical higher low, you need to pass over this level over here at 3,500.
Yeah.
But I think we'll ignore that fact, right?
That's,
we'll ignore that.
Fantasy land for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice that the 200 exponential and 200 simple are on here. That's interesting. It's maintaining some.
Yeah.
Which
just have a
have
a quick look at CME for ETH. I'm starting to look at that a bit more now, and that's kind of getting a bit more.
It's very
price history.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the weekly 21, great area for ETH as a short, and it's the same kind of thing. It might just make a higher low here. Same kind of deal. Stocks are up. RSI is actually bouncing from its EMA. Pretty interesting. Not that I give it that much of that much importance, but it's on my list, right? So I might as well mention.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Daily is quite the opposite. It's actually gotten rejected once from the EMA and going for another kind of tap. Daily 21 just got tapped right now. Interesting.
It's amazing how it's a different picture there, isn't it?
Yeah, not as bullish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you can't really call it bullish or what you say in the weekly, but you could call it a higher low, but I don't know if bullish.
Yeah. So what's your plans into the weekend? Are you planning on trading anything or
no.
having a weekend off?
Yeah, no. On the weekend, I try not to trade unless there's some kind of really obvious trade that I see, which doesn't really come too often. But for example, if we're back at the like, in this case, I'm not 100% sure because it looks pretty bearish, and I'm not sure if I want to trade the bottom of the range on a weekend, given that is just asking for trouble. But usually, so in this case, no, I would not be trading the weekend, especially because I just don't usually trade the weekend, because it just diminishes my edge in my case. I don't like to trade on weekends, so when I do, it's just asking for trouble. But into next week, I'm just looking to see if the range is held. I'm looking to see where Bitcoin is closed on the weekly on both spot and CME. And look at that and see if we get another attempt further up, or if we just sort of break down, or if it just consolidate around here. That's another option. The 4-hour can break on CME, but that doesn't mean that it's going anywhere, because after a while it can just kind of these EMAs lose their value, their edge, if price is consolidating for too long. They just go flat, and at that point you kind of don't want to use them. You just start to use horizontals and actual structure before the EMAs. So yeah, in summary, I will look at what I get on Monday, and then I'll trade from there.
Yeah. I kind of I'm more and more or less and less trading the weekends, but I do look at major levels. So I was just kind of thinking out loud there, looking at that daily chart or the 4-hour that you've got there, and would I take the low if it was offered? I don't think I would, but I might be interested in that 618 region for short if it got up there. If there was a kind of scammy weekend pump, that might be a. But it's kind of I'm like you. I look for the major levels. I used to try and trade a lot. We trade the 15-minute strategy quite a lot. Yeah. Some weekends it works. Some weekends it's appalling. Most of the time patterns don't work, and it's hit and miss. There was a couple of weekends where we both did trades. There was like ridiculous fib weekend.
But more Fibinception.
Yeah, it was.
Back and forth.
There was like 5 of them or something one day.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't think I'll be doing much this weekend. I'll prepare for Monday, unless there's something major that gets offered.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just consolidating like this, it's just kind of boring. You just want to wait until there's a bit of a breakout, and then you can reevaluate. I think
Yeah.
the trades were already had, at least 2 shorts and 2 longs, and I don't know, maybe 3 longs, I guess. And I don't think that asking for more right now is reasonable. I think at this point you just have to sit down and sit on your hands and kind of see what the market can offer you.
Yeah, agreed.
Do you want to talk a bit about traditional markets? I don't know if you can share your screen or not.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. Let's see.
I don't know with your internet. If not, I can put my own chart and you can go over it. But up to you.
Let's see if this works. Or can you just see my screen and then your face?
Hold on, let me see. Skype. No, wrong one. This one. Okay, I can see my face and I can see your screen.
Okay.
Now I can just see my face.
Okay, let's try this.
My screen is not sharing anymore, correct?
Yeah, should be mine now, I think.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's just see what's going on. Sorry, can you see that now?
Yeah, I can see your screen, and I can see my face.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah. So just looking at S&P, this level up here that we rejected from just over a week ago, I think it was now, covered in last week's video. There was a bit of a swing failure pattern above a 618 there, and it's been coming down ever since. Looked like it was going to hold the 21 and carried on the daily, but it broke down. So the next trade I was looking at was this 618 level here at 3900, and I took that yesterday, and it turned out to be quite a nice one. I'm actually still in that. I did think it was going to come down lower to the 6.6, but it was bought up pretty quickly. So that level was obviously being watched. That fib level, the bots were onto it, and then so that bounce was yesterday. And if we zoom into kind of now, it had been moving up most of today. Market open, and it bounced up pretty hard, I guess, on news. It actually started running up before market open on futures, and we can see it's kind of selling off for now and just holding on this point of control. So it's going to be interesting to see if that fades pretty quickly today. That's not going to be too bullish at all. Yeah. So watching to see whether that gives a good close into Monday. But it's, if you look at the 4 hour, it's not looking too hot. Projecting below the 21 from there, and then losing that point of control wouldn't be too nice. I can't remember where my take profit was on this. I'll have to have a look. I think I had one already at that green line, hence there's a green line there, and I think I had one on the 618 there as well. No, it was based on that smaller fib pull. So I'm hoping, when I look at my trading app, that some profits been taken there. So yeah, I guess we're seeing this a fair bit now, these news events being sold into, but most of them haven't been this quick. Yeah. So, yeah, interested to see the close. The only other one I was going to have a look at was, I was going to have a look at SPY and Dixie and gold, because they're kind of inverse at the moment. Just go to the daily chart on Dixie. Yeah, that's kind of not doing too much interesting. Doesn't look bearish. I think that's the main picture. But some of the uptrend on gold today was all based on this little downtrend we've seen on Dixie, but it's getting bought up pretty strongly there, and that's going to be equal to what we're seeing on equal but opposite to what we're seeing on SPY. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at gold, and I'm not going into any deep TA here because we'll record a video over the weekend on traditional markets, and I guess you'll be doing your one on Bitcoin as well as usual.
Yep.
But yeah, this was the I took this trade on gold. It was exactly the same time as the one on SPY. Actually took that at this daily level here at 1696 and aiming for 1735 region. I think I posted this setup in the Discord beforehand, but there's some nice things going on. Really big volume node there, right into this golden pocket. So that's kind of what I'm looking for gold. So 4 hour looks okay there. If it can close above the 21, that might look nice for continuing upwards, but it will rely on Dixie behaving itself or at least going sideways. So yeah, that's I think that kind of covers it on traditional markets. Nothing major, small bounce, and let's see where it closes.
Yeah, definitely. See where it closes. That's something I say a lot.
Yeah,
it's never over until it's over, and even then it's not even over. There's always next week.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Okay, I think that's all we had for technical analysis wise. Anything else you wanted to?
No, I think it's been a good kind of recap, kind of a good overview of the market, and we'll have more to say when we actually do our weekly update soon.
Yeah, exactly. Great. So we'll record this. Members will get it as soon as it's uploaded, and non-members will get it a bit delayed. We're going to try and stick to doing these once a week if they're popular and if people are enjoying them, and hopefully we'll have Jackie back next week and he can explain to us all about his illness.
Oh, let's hope he doesn't. Let's hope he doesn't. Anyways.
Well, great. All right. Well, good to chat to you, Mark, and we shall speak to you soon, everyone.
It's been fun. See you soon.
Cheers, guys.